first hard point of the 2025 World Championship for these two teams. It is a hacienda.
But if you're an OUG fan, you're liking what you're seeing right now. The kills are falling their way. Elevate, little one by one for me right now. They are struggling. Elevate trying to find a breakthrough if they can now. King trying to hold things down.
That play as well from Tectonic getting out of the hard point as well. OUG are really expanding their real estate at the moment. Their operators are now coming into the play. It's now time for King to go on a streak. EMP for Tectonic. Now Raph has an EMP as well. Those are the players, remember we talked about it before we got into the game, that you want to focus on for this one. And again, I gotta say, OUG just look like they've been...
Not stop leaning forward in this. They need to make sure they are bringing the A game, and they still are with King finding fall with the Sparrow. They are blowing Elevate wide open right now. We want to find a kill. Solo, he can answer back with one. Needs to be able to find the second. Susanna will get the kill, but King will find two. Susanna will find the kill. 3 versus 3 now as King can find Club. Do something about this, and they need to. Him and Raph need to fight something. It's a ridiculous shot from King.
The end. There's a little one tap coming through there from Raph, but it's not really that much damage done by OUG at this point.
Raph can maybe slow this down, finds 2. Well, they'll push through, and the answer back comes here from OUG. They invest again themselves. Annihilator comes out from King. There's 3. And Raph will continue to find more. There's 4 in a row from Raph. And all of a sudden, what was looking like a wonderful round for Elevate, OUG have blown it wide up.
Wow, this is incredible. Only 10 seconds on the clock here as well. So Elevate, they've kind of got to go here. And now they're being pushed all the way back towards spawn. King will at the very least get stunned up. Solo now moving forward here with the death machine. And, well, OUG, they look like they've won this round now. I don't think you're getting through with 2 seconds to go. Wow. What a flip of the round there.
Versus 5.
And King's behind as well. This is pivotal. Kings could well win this round. Finds Kendi. That's it. 5 versus 3 now, and they have to turn around to deal with Kings. It's well, integral kit for OUG is trying to keep blue control. If not, Elevate will get those close blue.
The Elevate will start to pick up some time as well. So things working out for Elevate, but they still need to make sure they solidify this return. Big fight towards the back, and PJ will win it. And that could be influential now. He needs to stay alive.
PJ needs to find more kills here. Nobody towards blue as well. That was a full focus from OUG on towards PJ. So now they've allowed Elevate to flood through that blue side. Now one more player to go. And that's a great recovery from OUG. Followed up by a nice Sparrow from Kings, who will fight even more. He's wiping them.
Incredible work from King. He'll keep things going here as well. 3. What's the option? Right now, Chloe's got the equalizers out. Doesn't find a great deal. OUG can smell blood in the water.
OUG up.
PJ on his way through with the Tempest. 1, 2. He will find them. King. He needs to come up trumps very, very quickly. He can find PJ. It's 3 kills for King. Now 15 seconds remaining. Elevate cannot win it here over towards PJ.
Opening mid-tank, trying to follow up for that again. Break out for a little bit of contest, a little bit of neutralization.
Absolutely Crane. It's actually going to start funneling them back through the middle of the map. Neil loses the initial, and that could be the opening for OUG.
Free space to work with in that particular area, whether that's them zoning P3 away from OUG by, again, trusting that Neil can use a tempest
Here, and there's still ample time to play down.
Perfect timing on that Gravity Vortex because Veer is finding a lot of value in those last couple of shells.
We asked for exclusive. OUG were about to be running away with.
Yeah, that was a confident call for the... What a hell of a set of equalizers this is, but shut down by the Sparrow! Kings from 3. Things seen initially. Neil, late off this, and yeah.
Comes salvages as an opportunity. Sun will land, but the kill will not. Kings will clean up the last 2, but...
Plays so low, as a little bit too long for the shotty. This cut, and with the shotgun, hopefully win that out. But now that the awareness is there as far as where exclusive has gone to, you can rush this down mid, but trying to follow that immediately with momentum into B is not easy, tell you that much. Kings having a little bit of trouble until the last 2 shots. Quickscope beats the shotgun Raph, leaving Kings into 1v2.
Type 6-3 no less, and they should be more than aware where this potentially could be coming from. The only other time he would be on the backside of the site. He just might catch good timing the stun, but still finds the kill 1v1.
Salo still holding the head. Oh! Are we joking? That is filthy to the B point with an extension here for OUG through A. How about this position for
60 seconds, and we're back to square one trying to fight for map position.
You got plenty of time to be like, you know, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, really shame on me.
From either of the 2 teams, but regardless, the A zone's going to get on second.
It's not playing through hard, but you push too far around towards that little waterfall. And it's the P2 spot. You get 45 on P1. You're happy about that.
Opening are able to get off of P1 themselves. Look at all the operators that did not need to be pulled because the gunnies were keeping them well and truly contesting P2. And now they have just about a full slate going into P3.
And these are good nades to the middle of the map to make sure the rotators through. That's to get OUG back in the game.
Hey, my player to watch, man. AORAP is up to 15 eliminations now. Kings has the Sparrow on this rotation. We do end up having the Hunter Killer drone moving their way forward. Red missile.
It's still good.
Yeah.
Still doing really well.
Still button that in 500. We good. Kings able to find 2 there off of the re-entry. But
It's over the top, shut that down. Now you got a Sparrow on the other side. Wrath could potentially go into an op of his own, but is not needed. Kingz has found 2. And now he's got the tappy way of the Type 60 through to 171. You win out P2.
Yes, you do.
You just have to hold this side of the map.
They haven't been able to do all map.
Haven't even had time to
Away, and still goes 1 for 1.
Yeah, 1 for 1's fine. Oh, even more so that Kingz finds the back cafe position's a tough one. How does King,
I don't know.
From exclusive,
Yeah.
take your numbers, force out the player at 10.
Oh, Kings gets 2. He gets 3.
It says we tried to play a 3-on-1 and it didn't work, so we're not going to do that first.
Wayside. OUG could also get a War Machine into the mix for the last 20. That would be huge, but no, they're just going to do it with the gunny for the moment here. It's going to be a full...
Quickly as possible. UMD now have potential to try and find something here, but it's OUG inside of the point. Sparrow's out.
OUG trying to push out at the hard point
Clean.
every single point.
Looking over towards P3, and that bleeding was heavy. Last time out, as you mentioned, streaks and everything that's needed coming in right now.
Nonetheless, though, you'll get traded out on the Kings for the 1v4. No way. Points first. No shots out yet from UMD. They're letting him survive.
Keep it cooking. I mean, they're just trying to bait him out at this stage. Dakota's going to get caught. Let's just not try and make this happen. 1 versus 2 now from Kingz. Trying to keep himself alive. They've got the info on him, but they haven't been able to close the gap. What are we doing? What are we doing? We are giving this one away. Envy will fall. 1v1.
No way. Kingz is going to go for the chase as well.
Misses the shot, goes for it again. The shotgun is out. Can he find the 1v4? Bow down to the king. I'm UMD. I don't know if I want to. Don't line up again. Do not line up again, Kingz. Just felt like Raph ran through the middle of the map, survived, then just caused absolute chaos. UG about to go 3-1 up. He cannot look in 3 directions at once. Kingz will find another.
Yeah, and it's just...
UMD finding their way through, but Kingz finding Dakota. Kingz finding another. 11 to his name. Envy looking to try and answer back. Great shot from him. Raffle. He's trying to find something. OUG. I don't think they would have been.
They are far from done. They've still got players behind.
They really did focus on the good position. OUG are starting to get things ticking over towards B. They've got the life.
Just jumping on the point, getting UMD out and taking them out of the play as well, and that is exactly what's happened here, Ton. One last player, and...
A solo. Death Machine was out, finds absolutely nothing with it. But we've seen any single fire guns in the hand. 2 lives remaining. OUG have had a good start. And Kingz, yep, now he's starting to fly. Can he find another onto Envy? Not quite.
Flanks happen.
Shizu's game sense is wild. Like, so many times he finds himself in those positions. And, like, he's got the gunny, absolutely. But, honestly, he's one of the players that the kills. They're looking better here on the defensive side. A couple of good players, and it's like, yeah, bringing the Tempest out. I'm looking for it. Looking to take that momentum, and they, well...
for A, but I think they're actually looking for kills before they do so. Those kills are not being given right now. Finally, there is one from Kingz, and now they can start to get this A capture going.
Yeah, I think they were just maybe looking for where ever these next kills are going to come from. They've set themselves up over towards this A side.
If you're a UMD, it doesn't look like you're going to win either of those battles.
Kingz will find 2, and OUG have just been that little bit better in every single turn. 2 players remain, 1 remains, but OUG weren't even supposed to be here. We'll see you on Saturday.
Is gonna come in early here on hardpoint. Everybody rushing all over the place, trying to figure something out. This first kill, as chaotic as I love it to be in here for Summit. As you mentioned, particularly this map we had not gotten a chance to see, but not ourselves. I do believe that day and today. So I am happy to see an action for the shotguns. I genuinely love the shotguns. I know how incredible difficulty it can be to play against them, but at the same time, from an outside perspective,
feel relatively comfortable here. It's just about shutting out OUG, and early on that's not happening as Kingz finds himself 11 to kick it off. An insane start, really, and also now has the Sparrow as he continues to rack up the kills.
what is going on?
At the point Kingz hit 16 kills, there was only 21 across the entirety of New Gen Ninjas. That says just how dominant this man is right now.
Now. Rotation. Once again, the side of OUG tries to do it early, but there's already two players coming down from New Gen right down the middle. The first one is going to be executed. The next...
Great plays there in the back for sure. Cartels was looking to hold on to those spawns, and they overwhelmed him, cleared it out. The thing is, not for long, because Kingz is here, the man that's taken over so many of the scenarios so far.
Nearly tripling the amount of points they're putting up. That's a triple kill with a Sparrow. Make it a quadra now. Has the bread missile from up above. Could be getting a kill or two. Let's see if he does. There's the trophy, so that's not the destruction of the opponents. New Gen finally get inside, but surprise, surprise.
Oh, bloody comfortable. Viper finds one while on his belly. Does very well, to be quite honest with you, and will get you a couple more seconds of contest. But
I feel like Nate have taken a spotlight very, very brightly in today's matchups.
And they do at the angle that he's not looking at. He's going to back up, try and bait Kingz in, and well, probably wishes he'd stayed in his scope, and for all that.
With Tectonic as well, it was a case of, boys, let me kill something. I think he was on...
Fran pauses, has a shotgun, so if anyone does squeeze through, you've done enough, but King... Jez tries to creep.
1v3, trying to ingress to a planted bomb. Yeah, that's how it's going to end.
Down to one-on-ones. White Eye, go ahead and do the simple thing. Plant the bomb and go ahead. Right now, they lost two players.
They have just decided to run through this backside. And what can you do to stand against them? Kingz with one, Cartels with the other. Cartels tap. And Viper will move forward with the Type 63 through the middle of the map. Cut down, however, and it's a bit of a do-si-do around the pillars. And what the hell was that? Comes out in the end in favor of pretty much no one.
They are, and that could be. They've been doing a great job so far in here. Right now, the live slightly this time is A, and with that in consideration, what is OUG going to do in here?
Certainly is.
To get there could be the sign of New Gen. Actually, no. Actually, Jess is going to be doing not so bad themselves, but in here, OG is still trying to keep the region afloat. They have been so dominant in the past, and well, in here he was trying, but at the same time, it's just not been enough. It's not been enough.
It looks like it's going to be a temple hit with the death machine for OUG. Very clear what they want there. Looking for the spawns at the backside of P2. There's a Sparrow in action as well for Kingz. He's looking to swat away anyone who's playing it through the front, and has the angle actually over the top onto the point. Unfortunately, doesn't connect with anything, and well, Marvel doesn't get what he wants out of his death machine. Raf's going to try and bring his claw to the party, and it's just
super good seconds that New Gen need, but it only lasts for a few seconds. Takes the knock onto Tectonic. They have to be perfect. They're trying to sit inside, and they're managing to stay alive, but for how long? Only 10 seconds are needed now for OG.
They'll spawn close. If you're on the New Gen Ninja, so OUG will have to hit them once again. Sparrow goes to...
away, plus 20 assists and nearly a minute in the hill. So inside out. They'll be playing
Rotate early, or they're gonna stick to their usual plan, fight till the very last second, and then eventually move to the next one, kick them out.
Peer in from the outside, from the gondola, but you're gonna have more come. Do most of that final 30 seconds. They've pulled it relatively close. OUG though set up, as you said. That means you've got to punch through this line of your walls. They haven't found that much of a problem against teams in this tournament. Right out of that, really. So how do OUG counter? They go up, round, or through? What's the play call? Kingz with two suggests, and will he go out and deal with it? Well, he doesn't need to, because the rest of the boys are here.
Fairly clean transition here for OUG, and even through the smoke, Kingz managed to find one.
On P3, Predator Missile's going to come in from Kingz to stop that push and support his brother in the back line, and Raf will lose that fight. Kingz finds wind. If you are Wolves, you're still getting the spawns, but you're punched so far back. That's going to be Kingz. He squeezed forward, does get one, gets two somehow. So, and with how loud he will be right now, Cartels will be calling all of that out. Does Kingz step up and face? Yes, he does.
Well, begin the push towards B. They gotta be cautious. Kingz with another kill, this time through the wall. That felt like paper. Now Kingz is trying to the full, but a really interesting call in there as the side of at 5. It's no more spawns on the side of OUG. We see the push coming down from... I'm not fully sure. They're capable of putting them in a bad spot, so let's see how great or bad they managed to follow that task. In here, the fight already unfolded. The doors are
better from OUG, otherwise we'll start to really disappear, and
they actually sort of lost control over the hill. They immediately try to regain it, but it's just a flicker of the issues we saw on map number 1.
Kingz does very well here with the Sparrow to kill 3. Do you see a 4th? Yes, you do, crossing straight in front of you. It's moments like that, 5 or 6 clean kills for Wolves, just means all the hard work that OUG put together doesn't matter.
Out the door.
As the gap wind looks over the top, sounds King. It's a couple of kills, pinstripe feed, but it will be the southern side controlled by Wolves. They will have the better positions for P1. Nade's actually going to clear a body off, but the Pred over the top for Kingz will at least hand out information. Doesn't find any kills though, so you got to go again. Tempest is... Sorry, the Sparrow is going to be good, but still, like, that gap exists and it feels like it's not coming down.
Yeah, this gap.
Contest would be even better, but the spawns flip at the worst possible moment. I'm not sure if that's overexerted.
Defend, but so far they've managed to do so for around 30 seconds. Distance, a nade by wind is still not going to be enough. The control is not going to be broken. The defense is flawless. The PEM is going to be used hopefully soon for Kingz, who also has the opportunity to use that operator, and all of a sudden, OUG are back into the game.
OUG have figured that. One with the grenade, they will break instantly. Wolves must come back. OUG can certainly do it here. They also have a Sparrow in play with Kingz, and look at the bodies fall. Look at the line that OUG are punching into this, trying to send themselves to map 5.
Jumping in, no. Finally they do it. They are
one player through. Do they realize Kingz 3?
Completely cleans the area, but still don't give the control. For OUG, they need 6 more seconds. They finally get it. There's 2 players in. They're trying to defend, managing to survive. And ladies and gentlemen, they're gonna take it again. Ladies and gentlemen, OUG has done it once more. Flick for Cartels. He knows what he's doing. 10 seconds left. They're trying to plant the bomb, finds the kill.
We'll be scratching their heads right now. Kingz picks up his eye. Chow that actually comes through for Wolves does enough to bait out the shot that's missed. Trade, pinstripe.
I think that shot does not matter. Why? Because the timer's still ticking. Kingz takes the... was going to be.
That moment there where Cartels gets...
Same reason, you said it yourself. Are they going to calm down? They definitely did so.
Will retrieve the bomb, but that will signal towards the push forward. Gets you a kill if you're King.
Situation, because that opens a lot of room. They're gonna be throwing nades. There's another kill there for Kingz and a double. Looking for a triple, destroying the side of Wolves. There's only one alive. They can plant the bomb, they can rush for the kill, they can do whatever they want. The open map is for,
quite frankly, ridiculous series.
Kingz went nuclear.
oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
And just as you mentioned, the 2023 champions, they had their backs against the wall, and they managed to tie it up. They managed to get...
Now for Inco, this is a chance for them to come on the flank.
But the teammate that was up top, he allows and trusts his teammate over on B to be able to find that kill. And now he can pop the Annihilator. He goes for 2, tries to swap back over towards the right. Another challenge up. There's number 3. Can he continue this for number 4? Yes, he can. Swaps back to the Deagle. Now has the DARH in hand. He goes for the Hunter-Killer Joel. Kill and finds it as well. Kingz on a tear. Might have just helped his team to secure themselves a 2-1 advantage.
Now down to Lukashin and Dermak. Now just down to Dermak. A 1v4. He can't get it done. And Mayhem send Inco home. Mayhem, stay alive.
Oh, I love control. Dude, oh man. 5 straight rounds of pure action and chaos on Crossroad Strikes.
To his allies, and that is gonna be more than enough. Only 4 lives left, ladies and gentlemen. The side of LG are gonna do it. It seems like the comeback is about to come through the wall, taking the kill. Wolves cannot do anything about what's going on. The objective capture is gonna come through. They are screaming their lungs out. They've earned a huge victory and a ticket for day number 2. Luminosity Gaming, LG, and NA.